So join me for 12 minutes of working on your glutes and your hips and your feet, and let's get going. So grab your ball and let's go ahead and roll your feet side to side. So plant your heel and just try to roll your foot over the ball, gently pressing into the ball. Wherever you're comfortable, you can start at the base of the toes or the middle of the foot, and obviously don't forget your heel. So you're just trying to release any of the plantar fascia that might be locked up from wearing shoes and, doing your normal thing. So I want you to just push down and then flex the toes and just play around with which toes you drop. So you can try your big toe and then all the other toes. Just try to play around. Again, you're just trying to get some movement back and talk to the nervous system and talk to your body and let go of any of the tension that you might be holding in the bottom of your feet, because we know there's a lot of tension that can build up under there. Okay, then what I want you to do is you're going to go 4 fingers above your malleolus, and I want you to rub. It's called your SP6. This is an influential point. I want you to just rub that. If you have a pencil or a pen handy, you can rub that point. You know when you're there, when it's tender. You can use the ball that you're just using on and just try to stimulate that. You're just trying to release any tension and open up the energy pathways. Next one is a GB34 point. What you're going to do is take the bone on the outside of your leg, it's your tib fib bone, and then just take one, just roll your thumb forward, and you're going to try to rub. There's going to be a tender spot there, and go ahead and rub that again with the ball or with your thumb, and you're good to go. Now what I want you to do is open up that lymph pathway behind your knee and just rub. Go ahead and rub that. Just trying to stimulate, just try to get some flow back there. Okay. Now what I want you to do is you're going to rock up and back on your toes and side to side. Go to whatever's comfortable. So you can go with me. I'm just doing like about 3 or 4. And now what I want you to do is you lift your heel and roll the toes to your baby toes. So lift and stretch all the toes. Try to get some mobility back on those toes. And of course, love those top of those feet. We love in those feet. Okay, love the top. Roll those toes under and then roll from the hip. And just try to get some movement on the top of the feet, because the neurons love it. Now, hip circles, my fave. Make sure those toes are grounded. We go 3 to the right, 3 to the left. Make sure you're feeling loosening up anything there. What I want you to do now is tap your hip flexors and your psoas. So again, by tapping, we're just that somatic sensory, just trying to let the body and the nervous system know we want to open up the energy pathways here. Going right in the groin, I'm just rubbing it back and forth. Now let's do some butt kickers with some circles for the vestibular aspect. So go ahead and just make sure your knee is coming behind your hip when you do this. Try not to let your knee stay forward, and let's circle back the other way, landing toe heel. And just stretching the back, the front of the thigh here. Okay, next one I want you to do is a hip hinge. We're going to do a few of these ones because I want you to really focus on massaging the front of the leg. So push the palms of the heel, the palms of your hand into the thighs, and massage all 4 muscles. So make sure your back stays flat, no rounding. If you have to look in the mirror to do it, please do so, okay? Now what I want you to do is a standing hip flexor stretch. So step back with one leg, kick your hip forward so it's a posterior tilt, and then lean to the side. I did a couple on the right, now a couple on the left. If you're having trouble with balance, feel free to grab a chair or a table or anything like that, and you can lean. But the key here is to stretch that psoas. Let that go. Cool? Let's do some standing hip openers. Who doesn't like these? Seriously, these are amazing. I love these. So I'm going to do 3 going backwards, and then let's go 3 forwards. Again, making sure you land on your toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Make sure to keep that heel as close to your bum as you can. Now let's do some more hip hinges, and let's place the hands behind you, one behind your head, one behind your back, and switch sides. So you can go 3 there. 1, 2, and 3. Make sure your back is staying flat when you do these hip hinges. Okay. All right. Next one we're going to do is a hip cars. So go ahead and hold on to something, and you're just going to take your time. Remember, cars, the key is to have some tension in your body. Try not to move anywhere else. Just try to work on the range of motion and let your body know this range of motion is safe. So we go 3 to the front and 3 to the back. Okay, now I'm going to turn around, bring that heel to my bum, and go around. Try to find a big circle. Try to watch the shoulders from leaning, or the hips trying to dip. If you're feeling pain in your back, you know that you're compensating a little bit too much. Okay, cool. And that is the hip cars. Cool. Now let's do some knee TikToks, get some movement in the knee here. So this is good for the hip, internal, external rotation of the hip. And now let's go to the other side. Again, if you have trouble with balance on this one, go ahead and hold on to something, no problem. I don't have a clue how many I'm doing here, but It just feels good. Go back to the hip circles, because seriously, who doesn't love hip circles? And then go the other way. Just working out, shaking off any of that rust that may be here. Tap that again. Tap, tap, tap. We like this one. Tap, tap, tap. And now we'll go up to the chest. The reason we're tapping is because we're just talking to the myofascial line. There is a myofascial line here that is connected from your toes to your neck. So we're just trying to loosen that up. Now go ahead and hop around. Hop, 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 hop. Shake it out, shake it out. Go ahead and march if you want. If hopping's not your thing, no problem. Reach. Let's get your brain pattern. Opposite arm marching with the opposite leg, pushing off your toe. Point the toe down. And if you want to work on trying to get your knee past your hip, you can. All right, now let's get to the floor. So what I want you to do here is we're going to work on your calf. So grab the ball again, and we're going to release the calf. So you're going to find that tender spot. Remember that one we rubbed earlier? Well, you're going to place the ball there, and then step on the gas and step off the gas. Step on the gas, step off the gas, and then go in and out. Now, remember that spot we rubbed behind, right on the outside of our knee? You're going to put the ball there too. Step on the gas, step off the gas. Step on the gas, step off the gas. So right now you're probably holding your breath and trying to find that tender spot, but try not to hold your breath. Try to focus on using your breath to release any of the tension that you're holding in this energy channel or in the tissues on the lower half of your leg. So again, don't move the leg around, just try to move the foot around. Let's do an ankle car. So hold on to that leg or pin the knee if you need to, and then work on the largest circle you can, putting the ankle under tension to try to get some range of motion there, okay? And then this one I'm going to try to do is a knee car. So knee cars, if you haven't practiced it yet, you're just trying to move the lower half of the leg from the knee. So you're going to flex that toe to your nose as you do this, okay? And now some Vmo lifts. I forgot to do the other side of the leg, so go ahead and pause this and then come back to it. But we're going to do some Vmo lifts on the one leg. Flex that toe to your nose, lift your leg. So you can see here I'm not pushing my back against something, so I'm pushing my hands hard into the floor, okay? And yeah, just trying to really lift my leg up as high as I can. Make sure that my toes are lined up with my knee so that my foot is not rotating out, so I can really work the quads on this one to save my knees. Okay, now we're going to lay on your back and do some glute bridges. Push your hands hard into the floor. Push your feet hard into the floor. So you're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, force the air like you're blowing up a balloon. Okay, now turn to your side, place the hand on top, bring your knee to your elbow, and we're going to do the glute strengthener. So kick your leg straight back, flex the toe to the nose. 2, we're going to do a few of these. 3, this is all about turning on your core and your glutes, trying to make sure everything's firing up and stabilizing at this point. Good. Now let's try the other side. Go ahead and flip on over. Go ahead, I'll wait, no problem. And now go ahead and push your hand hard into the floor. And what I want you to do is bring your knee to your elbow and kick that leg straight back. Make sure that toe, again, is pointing towards your nose as you are flexing that thigh. So your thigh is strong, your glute is strong, and you're feeling the shin maybe pulling a little bit as you're pointing your toe to your nose. So I do about 5 of these. Good. And now let's move on to, I'm not sure what we're doing. Oh, I'm going to do passive knee extension. So go ahead and place the ball under your knee. And what I want you to do is start flexing the thigh. Flex the thigh. Flex the thigh. And then try the other side. Let's do about 5 of these ones. Place the ball underneath. Think about just flexing the thigh. Don't squeeze your bum. Only focus on squeezing the thigh. So your leg may lift off the ground a little bit, and that's okay. That's cool, but you really want to focus on that thigh. Now take your ball and rub it out. Rub out, finding that tension. So what I've just done, I found a tender spot. So I'm going to pushing the ball in that tender spot, and then I'm going to flex my leg. So adding the flexion, it tells my body to try to release any of the tension I'm holding in that part of my body. If you have one on the other leg, go ahead and give it a go. Or you can do like me, I'm going to mix it up on the other side of the leg, is I'm actually going to do a quad release with that ball. So I'm going to lay down and place the ball in the middle of my thigh, bring my heel to my bum, do that a few times, and then I'm going to bring my heel to my bum, and I'm going to tick-tock my foot side to side. So again, I'm not holding my breath because that would not be good. We want to release the tension or anything that we're holding on here, and that's why we add the stability and we're mixing it up as we go. So tick-tock, and now do some circles as we go around and around. Try to add some movement to that lower leg as you're releasing the tension that may be harboring in the middle of your thigh. Cool? Everything feel good now? All right, let's move on. I'm not even sure. I'm just going to wait. Where am I going now? TikToks, my fave. So what I want you to do is plant your hands firmly behind you, and you're going to tick-tock your knees side to side, side to side. Okay, so we're going to do about 3 to 5 of these ones, and then what I'm going to add is adding in the neck. So I'm doing 5 of these, so really focus on pushing the knee to the heel to the floor, and now we're looking opposite. So plant the knees and then look opposite. So we're really working on that. I talked about that fascial line earlier, so now we're just adding some mobility. So make sure you look opposite of the way of the knees are going. Look, remember your eyes are the window to your movement, so wherever you look, so here you can see where you see I get messed up here a little bit, but that's okay. It's good brain patterning for you, okay? That's cool. Now let's do some kin stretch 90-90. So what I want you to do is just lean over your 90-degree bent leg. So again, see how I'm moving? I'm not holding anything here. I'm just kind of like moving it around. I'm focusing on my breath. I'm just exploring. So you're going to feel this in your hamstring or underneath your leg, the front leg, okay? So just move, focus on your breath. Don't go too far over your knee because you'll feel that in your back. So make sure you hang out over your knee and towards your foot, okay? You're just exploring the range of motion here, making sure your back is flat. Try not to round your back too much here. Here's a butterfly stretch, pushing the feet together, trying to drop those knees. And what I'm doing is I'm just doing some hip extension or leg extensions, keeping the other leg into a butterfly position, just trying to explore and have fun with the movement. So if you can come up with some other ones, here's a butterfly with a glide on my bum, side to side. Good stuff. And now where am I going to go? I'm going to do a kneeling hip psoas. So go ahead and lean forward like we did the standing, but now we're just doing it half kneeling, just to loosen up the psoas and loosen up anything that's going on in the hip, because we really want to take care of that. Okay, lean forward and then lean to the side. Push your hip forward. Make sure your hips are rocking backwards. So posterior tilt. Got a posterior tilt. And that is the end of our 12 minutes. Hope you enjoyed.